Every time the woman came back from visiting her first love's child, she would habitually bring a gift home and apologize to her own son. But this time when she got back, her son didn't come out to greet her. She immediately felt something was off, then searched the entire room, but couldn't find any trace of her husband or son. Confused and uneasy, she quickly called her husband, but no one answered the phone. She had no idea. At that moment the man and their son were already on a flight abroad. The reason he made this decision was entirely because of her. They had been married for 7 years, but right after giving birth, she insisted on sleeping in separate rooms. She wouldn't even look at the baby. At first the man thought she had postpartum depression, but even when the child turned 2, she still refused to let him call her mom. Before the child started school, it was the man who raised him entirely on his own. They had been living apart for 7 years, and he could never figure out why she rejected the family so much, until their 7th anniversary, when he accidentally discovered he might have just been a stand-in for her first love. He saw a photo of them being intimate, and it all clicked. 7 years ago, after being dumped by her first love, she got drunk and mistook the man for her ex. She got pregnant that night, and had no choice but to marry him. In that moment the man finally understood. There had never been any love between them, but that night, his son came to him all smiles, saying Mom gave him a toy airplane today. It was the first gift he ever got from her. He was overjoyed, but the little boy didn't know. She only gave him the gift because her first love had returned. So the man decided to leave the country with his son for good, but the boy was reluctant to go. He had never had the chance to openly call her mom. He begged his dad to give her 3 more chances. The man agreed, thinking they might be able to live in peace for a while. But the very next day, the woman brought her first love into the company, and even gave him the man's position, since she had never revealed her marriage. Everyone at work thought the man was a single dad, and she was the glamorous boss. Seeing how gentle she was with the new secretary, people began to gossip about their relationship, assuming he was her new boyfriend. The man stayed silent, quietly wrote his resignation letter, planning to submit it after work. He knew the guy was here to replace him. Soon after, the first love started nitpicking, and asked him to make a hand-brewed coffee, since he was about to resign. The man didn't want any trouble, so he agreed. While he was making the coffee, the woman came over and reminded him her first love was allergic to milk, so don't add any to the coffee. It was the first time he saw her being so attentive to someone. He suddenly realized he and his son were always outsiders in her eyes. He handed the finished coffee to her first love, but unexpectedly, after drinking it the man began to struggle to breathe. He then accused him of adding milk. The woman lost control, grabbed an electric baton, and forced her husband to kneel and apologize in public, eventually shocking him to the ground. Then she left him there, only concerned with rushing her first love to the hospital. But at the company entrance, she saw her son just getting out of school, yet even when she saw him in tears, she still chose to leave. Not long after, the man submitted his resignation to HR. When the manager asked why, he simply said his child's mother was abroad, so he had to resign to go abroad and reunite the family. The manager patted his shoulder and said someone like him would shine anywhere. The man left the company without issue, while the woman remained clueless about the truth, still spending all her time with her first love's child. She even forgot she had promised to attend her son's parent meeting. After waiting a long time without seeing her, the man brought his son to school himself, but was shocked to see her already sitting in the classroom. He thought maybe she finally felt remorse, but just then, his son told her she was in the wrong seat. The woman calmly replied she wasn't, and in the next second, her first love's child ran into the classroom and shoved the boy aside.